doorbell at Jimmy's house. Now, when you come to my house, my doorbell sounds like this.
Hey, welcome to the People's Weekly. I'm getting good at coming in on this drop here. I like that. What's up, Glenn?
Buenos dias.
See, I'm getting this thing right. I'm going to start doing the same thing every week. And people are like, oh, the drop's coming. He's going to come in right there. And then when I don't do it, I'm going to fuck them all up.
Yeah, then when you don't do it, everybody go, oh, fuck, he's muted.
You're going to start sending me DMs. Oh, the tweet is up. I just saw that. So, yeah, I have to work it out with my new Groovy Cool account. I'm going to be honest. I like having a small account right now. It's just so much different and nicer and a lot less bullshit. I could see the scum who follow me right away. We had an old friend follow me a day or two ago, so I followed him back. Somebody you kind of wrecked.
There's a certain amount of leeway that comes with smaller accounts. There's no doubt. Bonus?
Yeah, I think I got past the algorithm problems with Twitter now. I sent you that tweet, right?
Yeah.
Because I was kicked off Twitter. For people who don't know, I got kicked off my regular account for saying when what's his name? Macron got slapped by that dude in the line. Macron is the president of France. I'm assuming I said his name right, but whatever. He got slapped. So I tweeted out, I wish every president and prime minister would get bitch slapped. And then they took it down. I got mass reported. Probably some other stuff too. I was doing that day because PragerU was attacking people I cared about, so I was attacking back. But yeah, here I got it now. I went from slapping them to assassinating them. Now I said, my only hope is that every living president could be more like Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, William McKinney, and John F. Kennedy. Boom. The algorithm thought I was just saying, I wish they could all be great men or something, right?
No, the algorithm had nothing to pick up on.
I need to be slick like that from now on. I'll be on Twitter forever.
That's right. You say it without using the words.
And I'm misspelling a lot of words too lately on purpose.
And if people don't get it, then it doesn't matter. It ain't for them.
How could you not get that? It's pretty. I mean, there's only 4 presidents been smoked or assassinated. I named those.
How many
4. Americans
can name 4 presidents?
I think most of them, no?
I'd need some proof of that.
I don't know. I mean, I can name 4 presidents. How many Americans know anything about those historical presidents? That would be a different story.
Well, I mean, I'm a Canadian, but if you give me 60 seconds, I can guarantee I'll know at least 30 of them. And, but that's from sleeping with the elephant. We're not the elephant. You guys are. And of course, when you're number one, we don't have to know all that shit.
Sleeping with the elephant and the jackass. Those presidents were both. See what I did there?
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, where's the wigs?
Let me just say this. Be wary, people. Be wary. And you don't have to probably worry about this as much, Glenn. Maybe you do. I don't know. But right-wing radio this morning, because I'm at work early and they play that garbage, they're basically telling people, we don't lie because we're good people. So when they ask if you've been vaccinated, you say yes. And then, because you've been vaccinated for tetanus shots, measles, mumps, whatever you've been vaccinated for. You've been vaccinated. You don't have to be specific. That's some scary shit to tell people when you have this huge audience of whack jobs already. And they were big on pushing the China, quote unquote, China virus crap. Like, I don't care. I mean, viruses start all over the place. You don't attack a race of people, a group of people, or even a nation of people because a virus comes from there. You know, I mean, if a government makes a virus, you attack the government. You don't just hate on the people, man. The people have nothing to do with it. Like when we go attack Iraq illegally and just slaughtered people, families just destroyed forever. That wasn't me. That wasn't these other people. That was these scum in charge. You see what I'm saying? You have to look at it like that. And there's people that support them, and those people are scum too, and I'll call them out every time I see them. But yeah, it's just weird how they do that. They just always need somebody to hate.
Yeah, that's how fascism works. There's always an enemy. You know? It's like any other multi-level marketing scheme. There's got to be new shit at the bottom or it dies.
Yeah.
And the fertilization is ongoing. However, I would like to, okay, now, before I go any further, in case anybody ever wanted to cut this up for a snipe audio clip, this is satire.
Oh, man, I thought the big announcement was coming. Go ahead.
I'd like to wish a happy 246th birthday to the United States Army.
Praise white Jesus.
2.5 centuries of oppression and death. Congratulations.
See, I thought it was me view up here next season coming soon. Stay tuned. But it wasn't. It was some other garbage. There you go. Yeah, I didn't like that, man. That's really, these people are like, oh, thank you for our freedoms. Thank you for this and that. I keep saying, how am I free because they're killing people overseas and robbing them of their resources? How am I free because they're occupying places and they got 800 military bases all across the world? How does that make me free? It makes other people unfree, but it doesn't make me any freer.
Yeah, but this is the level of paranoia that's intertwined with what passes as security in the United States. I mean, imagine if the U.S. was in the situation that Iran is in, with 90 military bases around its country, all within 20 minutes by air of their own airspace. They're completely encircled with military bases of countries that are not their friends. Plus, Israel will just get permission to fly over Turkey, and they're in the game too. So imagine if the U.S. was ever put in that situation. Nobody could handle it. Day-to-day life would come to a complete fucking stop.
It'd be like, what are these people doing? How dare them? It would be like the most outrageous thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's how it always works. That's how it always works, though. It's outrageous when someone else does it. And we do it as patriotic and beautiful and ensuring freedom and liberty for all, or whatever they say.
But yet, Iranians can stay within their clearly defined borders, and they can deal, as best they can. They're going on. But the thing is, what Americans think is they've never had World War I or World War II or Vietnam or Korea on U.S. soil. If that ever happens, that's just it. To the American society, the front lines is Europe.
Well, that's the thing. They've had attacks here, but never a war, never like an occupying force, invading force, or anything like that. Like attacks happen everywhere. So you got the same thing. Attacks happen in their countries, by different groups as well as the military here. Sometimes it's the CIA acting as other people. Who knows? But yeah, we just got that. We don't have invading forces or occupying forces or military. Yeah, that would be the most unthinkable thing all these people could imagine, probably. but yet we're
But
okay doing it. That makes us the greatest and blah, blah, blah. It's total
Well,
hypocrisy.
the total perversion is it's sold that we have to do that to maintain what we have. That's the big lie.
Or else dark people will come and take your
Well,
jobs.
well, just not us. Other.
Yeah. You know how they say a broken clock is right twice a day?
Yeah.
Well, there's this dude on the radio that he's some super Democrat guy, and he's real slick, and he's not he says some good stuff, but when it comes to the Democrats, he like 1,000 times he'll hang up on people and pretend like they're still there to get his point out if they're if they go against the Democrat, even rightfully so. Like a black dude called in, he was talking crap, and he hung up on him and kept talking like the Democrats have never been racist. Because he was like, they were the party of the Klan. Now the Republicans are, but there's still racist stuff. And Biden, he was talking about how Biden wrote the racist Clinton crime. Well, dude just couldn't take it. So he hung up on him, but pretended he was still there. And he's like, so you see what I'm saying? He's like, hello? See, he hung up. He couldn't take it. Come on, dude. But anyway, like I said, a broken clock is right twice a day. So this guy did say something that was pretty interesting and it's kind of real. He said they give these people, like a white person in the United States has 100 cookies, and a billionaire takes 99 of those cookies from him and points out and says, see those other people over there? They're trying to get your cookie. You got to stop them.
Yeah.
And that's what it is right there. That's how it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe try to get the other 99 cookies from the billionaire by any and all means necessary, instead of trying to hoard your cookie from other people that just got a cookie too.
Exactly.
Like maybe run up in Walmart with a hefty bag, and fill it up and take whatever you need. If everybody did that, it would be wondrous.
Well, never say never.
Wait, did that happen today? What a coincidence.
Something similar, yes.
Yeah, he didn't run up. He was on a bike. See, I was totally original with that. No, let's talk about that for a minute. Did you see that and see the replies to that?
I did see the video.
Well, the replies were pretty amazing. People thought he should be imprisoned and shot, and what's wrong with the security guards to be fired for not attacking him, and all kinds of stuff, man. People really thought he needed to be locked the heck away forever for this. And then a lot of people, oddly enough, were like, Walmart's already suffering. Not Walmart, Walgreens, sorry. Walgreens is already suffering. They're closing down stores because of quote-unquote organized crime.
No,
How is this organized crime? Was he Al Capone? Was he John Gotti? You know what I mean? Was he Bumpy Johnson? Who was this dude? He's an organized crime. He was
Did they
just
have
a dude.
posse outside making sure nobody else went in? Like, what the fuck? It's not organized crime. No, nothing even close.
That Karen on the phone was the person I had the problem with.
Wow.
You shopping.
Karen.
You're shopping. You're trying to get something. Now, I'll give her this. If you were trying to get something he took, and he took the last one, yeah, you're right to be mad. And I'd be like, fool, give me one of those. I'm trying to get that. But if you're just filming, talking about, should I dial 911 and blah, 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 blah. No, you should just go mind your business. It's not your stuff.
Yeah, but what's the unspoken huge factor in this?
Like, it's like this, man. With me, if I see some cat, like, getting, like on the street sometimes, I'll see some foul stuff go down, and I'll put a stop to it when I can. Like cats beating up someone trying to take their stuff. They pull guns. I'm not getting involved. Even if I have something, it's not my business. You know what I mean? But it's like, I've stopped some stuff like that before. But that's a person. That's like usually a poor person getting beat up and something taken or whatever.
No, but what I'm saying is, what if it was some white fucker with a hat on backwards and a skateboard and a backpack? Do you think Karen would be shitting her pants the same way?
I don't know. I honestly don't, because some of these people are just so law and order. No one should do anything wrong ever. And it also would depend if he was a homeless white dude or not, too, or looked homeless, I guess, quote unquote, whatever that looks like. I mean, I've been told I look homeless before. Because I'm not a dresser. You know, it's screwed up. You standing out. This is a true story. I don't know if I said it here before. It happened not that long ago. I was getting my car washed. I guess I have what you consider a luxury car, right? So I'm just standing there, but I had my beanie on. I had a big jacket with holes in it. I've been filming the police and working and doing all this stuff, and I wasn't caring. I don't care. I'm just standing there. I think I had some old shoes on too, because I wear shoes out till they're comfortable. I don't care if they're new looking. I grew past that phase. But and these cats came by and was like, "Do you want $1?" and started laughing or something. Like really just trying to screw at a homeless person to make them feel bad or something, driving by in this truck. And I didn't understand what was happening at first. And I figured it out once they already started laughing and left. Because I was standing on the curb. I just finished blowing a spliff, waiting on my car. So I'm kind of a little bit lit. And these cats roll by. And I'd be like, that's pretty fucked up when I think about it, right? Not that they thought that they would do that to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they went into the parking lot by the restaurant, the fast food place right there. Yeah, it was pretty funny, because then this is how it always happens. Then I get in my car, like the cats would be screaming, "Get a job," when I'm filming the police. I dress how the hell I want. I have new clothes right here I'm looking at. I don't even wear them sometimes because they're not as comfortable. Yeah, so it's just funny how they judge people by the way they look, and then I get in my car, they're like, "Oh, shit. We look stupid now."
But I mean, this is just it. This has been going on since the 1980s. This is how society tells people this is what matters. These fucking illusions, these personas, this is what matters. You know? So, you know, that it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's shallow, it's ridiculous, and it's consumerist. That's the biggest part. You can't have this perpetual consumerism without giving people a reason to do it. And they've sold it extremely well.
Yeah, all I'm saying, if you're gonna rob from the richest of the rich, rob from the corporations and the billionaires.
Yep.
Because I mean, when you take a person's stuff, it take them a minute to get it back, and they be pissed off. And if they see you again, they're gonna split your wig. And yeah, that's directed to a certain group of people if they ever listen to this. But you take a corporation stuff, everybody's like, "You're cool. You didn't really harm nobody." You know why? Because corporations get bailed out with our tax dollars. They get welfare with our tax dollars here in the United States. So you're just getting something of yours back. It's like burning a police car. It's like, yeah, it might be illegal to burn something in that area, but it's your car. We paid for it. Ultimately, that's the way people need to look at stuff.
Well, I mean, I was going to say that, you might as well steal from the corporations because obviously the fucking governments won't take anything from them.
Yeah. I mean, Obama, like immediately when he got in office, he had to bail out banks because they were quote unquote too big to fail with our tax dollars. And you know what we get in return? We get to give them collectively billions of dollars of fees each year.
Yep.
Where's our thank you? And, we're going to hook you up for hooking us up because that was our money. Obama didn't do that with his money. He gave them our money. And I kicked and screamed the whole time, like, why is this happening? Bail the people out, not the banks. That never happens. Even during a pandemic, they won't bail the people out, not the banks. They'll throw you some crumbs. And it'd be like, it's all over in September, people. Get ready for a war.
And with a straight face, they can say this is the free market. That's the biggest part about it. For these clowns to stand around and keep sprouting this bullshit dogma about free market economics. There's nothing free about markets in the first world. Not a goddamn thing.
Nope.
Except the free fall for the majority of quote-unquote consumers.
Yeah. These people are scum. Everywhere's hiring. And that's another thing. They were like, oh, this guy went in the store, and they're like, well, then some other people are like, well, he's homeless, he needed stuff, he went to get it. So what? Walmart's not going to go broke. Then you have the other people coming back like, all he has to do is go get a job. Everywhere's hiring.
Yeah,
I don't think they understand. I've said this before, and time again. Maybe y'all don't know. There is a lot of people out there who are homeless who are working.
Yep.
Working. There's people who have to work to keep their cars because they signed up with Uber, where they get them a car at super high fees and super high, payments. And they have to keep working just to pay off that car. And they're living in the car.
Yeah.
So now you got to take your money to keep that car clean so you can keep working. And it's a whole thing. Where do you keep your stuff? You got to hide it all in the trunk or whatever you got to do. It's a hassle, man. There's people working at stores, not getting many hours. They have to leave early in the morning to go to a gym to get a shower before they go to work. I know one woman works at a store. She sleeps in the car in the parking lot at the store. How disgusting is that you have your employees sleeping in the parking lot in the car because you don't pay them enough to live? Like, you should be embarrassed. But no, they're just like, oh, it's her fault, right? Yeah, this stuff happens, man. There's a lot of people doing a whole lot of things, and they can't survive. Sorry, Glenn, go ahead.
This is one of the great lies that are out there about people not having a permanent place to stay. This myth that if you have a job, well, okay, you got a job, whatever. You're on your own now. And that's such a crock of shit. It ain't like that anymore. There's way too many people in the workforce that are working and are still slowly going underwater. So, how do you explain that?
You know what? All these people who don't want shelter, they want to live in tents, they want to be on the streets because they won't go to a shelter or they won't give up all their stuff and change everything and get rid of their pets and loved ones just to move into a place to be guarded by cops. Well, I'm not going to say where, but there was a couple, maybe a month or two ago, maybe 3 or 4 months now. There was this, it was an apartment complex that was under construction. So there were these like nice kind of apartments that didn't have power, didn't have water, whatever. But you know what happened? People started going there and staying in these apartments, just taking their stuff, and they were like all kind of relieved. They could keep their stuff somewhere. The construction wasn't going on at the time, and then what happened was a few weeks later, security showed up, kicked everybody out, called police on people, and the construction restarted. So that little fantasy was over. But they wanted to go somewhere. They just wanted to go somewhere where they could live their life like me or you, without a cop outside your door, without saying you can't have a pet, you can't have your belongings more than what fits in this little container. You can't bring any weed or alcohol or whatever you want. Because, go to Beverly Hills. Yeah. I guarantee you people got weed, alcohol, and a whole bunch of other stuff up in their houses.
Oh, yeah.
But these people in the tents, how dare you? What kind of filth are you? I don't care if it's speed or whatever. Them same people, the rich people got the same stuff and they do it.
Yep.
So, yeah, it just doesn't seem quite right. Give them their privacy. Whatever they choose to do in their place is their place. I don't know, man. Because it's different. When you have Bel Air House and the guards are outside, they're protecting the house. The guards outside here ain't protecting the people. They're monitoring the people. They're keeping the people, quote unquote, in line.
It's getting harder and harder for people to not see the class war that's been going on for decades. It's expanding. Finally.
Thank you, Internet.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Yeah, it's that Walmart thing just kind of upset me like that. Like, Why do these people want to see harm done to this guy? He took one hefty bag full of stuff, whatever it was. It didn't break Walgreens. I keep saying Walmart. I don't know why. I don't go to Walmart. I rarely, if ever, go to Walgreens. So to me, they're kind of like the same store.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wall something.
Yeah, wall scam.
Wall scam, yeah.
But I mean, that's just it. It's all on video now. They're going to get reimbursement from either the head office or their insurance.
And that poor dude was going to get hunted down if he wasn't already by local pigs.
Yep. There's no victim.
I hope not. Depends what the pigs do when they find them.
Yeah, but I mean, this so-called crime, there's no victim in this crime.
Oh, yeah, no way.
Whatever.
He just took some of his tax dollars back, or some of our tax dollars back, the people's tax dollars back. That's basically what he did. We bailed you all out. We give you welfare, so just give me some of it back. I'm going to fill up this hefty bag and go.
Yeah,
Dude,
plus, I mean...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, whatever. I mean, it could even be later tonight. There'll be something else. And this will be forgotten. It's done.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. This happens every day, and who cares? But my thing is, the responses to it were disgusting. It's like these Democrats last year. I think I even said this last week, but I was so out of it last week. My PTSD was like even worse. It's like these Democrats. They never say abolish the police. They say defund the police, quote unquote, which means reform the police, which means give the police a lot of money to, police themselves or whatever. That's what it ends up meaning. But then you got the Capitol riot or insurrection or whatever it's called, right? Now all of a sudden they're like, oh, listen to the police. These poor police had to suffer. These police were letting them in. It's, like I've said many times, if you have a situation where all of your enemies are fighting and the only people that can get hurt are your enemies, politicians, cops, and Nazis, white supremacists, whatever you're calling them today, MAGAs, I don't care, let them go to war. Encourage it. These people are so, how dare them? What were they doing? I had fun with it. I just hoped it was worse. I wanted more Ashley Babbitts or whatever her name was. She's right where she belongs, by the way. She was trying to overthrow, because they're like, oh, her government doesn't care about her. She was trying to overthrow, quote unquote, her government. So, yeah. And she was trying to install another government.
That's funny because, I can think about numerous episodes of somebody in a different country being out in front of a U.S. embassy bitching about what the U.S. government had done to her or him and their family halfway around the fucking world. And that's like, you can't do that. How dare you? That's us. You can't protest against us. But yet when it happens at your own seat of government, there,
well, just see,
everything changes.
Yeah, well, with the Democrats, it's like this. They need the MAGAs. They need Trump. That's why they keep him relevant. That's why everything he does, he goes and crashes a funeral party. They're like, oh, Trump did that. Let's all talk about Trump, MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Because that's like their MS-13. That's like their, quote-unquote, illegals coming over the border. That's like their whole thing, man. That's the Democrat version of that.
Well, the difference is there's actual culpable evidence to back up their boogeyman, at least. Unlike MS-13 and everything else.
I agree with that. But the thing about it is, if you're just going to talk crap and do the same crap as your own boogeyman in a nicer, gentler, kinder fashion, then it's all bullshit.
Yes, correct. Because that's Canada. You just described Canada.
Yeah. What, like Ford Canada or Trudeau Canada or...
Federally. You know,
Oh,
everybody
okay,
everybody
gotcha.
was very happy to get rid of Emperor Harper, but we got legal weed. Otherwise, basically, fuck all has changed. But
Yeah, but you're still a few steps. I don't know if you're ahead or behind of us, however you're going to look at it. But yeah,
yeah,
as far as the BS,
that's
I don't
true.
know. I mean, Canadian people, even when they're stressed out, they seem happier than we are when we're stressed out. Like you and Celeb and a whole bunch of people from Canada I know. I talk to a lot, and yeah, it's just different.
Yeah.
We feel kind of hopeless here. I think you guys have a little more hope, maybe still.
Well, you guys are down further down the road of self destruction than we are.
Self destruction. You're headed for self destruction. You remember that song?
Yeah. But hey, we're always striving to catch up. So we'll see in a while.
Yeah, I hope you don't. I really do, because it just sucks. We are in a police state where everybody in one way or another seems to, well, everybody in these major parties seems to support these police, even when they say they don't. And let me hit this real quick.
Well, it's a matter of who the audience is at the particular time they're speaking. Details.
Yeah, details.
Yeah. you know, I mean,
Man, that
that's
sound
just
effect.
how the game works.
That sound effect CD I bought is really realistic. Yes, I still use CDs. No, I'm lying. I don't. Man, yeah, it's weird. So, since we're already talking about houseless people and corporations and how people are being treated, maybe we should talk about what our dear friend, the Nazi Alex Villanueva, is doing in Venice.
Well, yeah,
I was being
there's-
sarcastic when I said dear friend, by the way.
Well, yeah, we were talking before the show, and I mean, I'm trying to keep up on what's going on down there, and this is like this
Bananas.
just seems to me. Well, it seems to me like there's this gang that's in the neighborhood, and they've decided that they're going to take this turf next, and they're telling everybody about it, and like it's inevitable. Fuck you. I'm the LA County Sheriff. I'm going to do whatever I want. And it just doesn't make any sense to me.
And he's such a scumbucket, man. He trashes like civilian people that go against him. He'll publicly trash them. Journalists, groups, organizations. He'll just like make fun of them. It's not even intelligent. He's not like destroying them. He's just shit talking them publicly.
He's a bully.
There you go. Yeah.
He's a bully. I mean, he's starting to remind me of Arpaio. And LA County should not have a Sheriff Arpaio.
Or just Lee Baca.
Yeah, there you go.
I hope he ends up in the same place.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a scum, dude. Alex Villanueva is a thug. But yeah, that's kind of why I changed my header picture on the Twitter thing. Because I didn't have one anyway, but I just said instead of People's Radio or the Union, I'm going to put up that awesome dude plugging them two sheriffs.
So, I mean, we were talking about this, and I mean, it just, to me, it doesn't make any sense because by everybody's admission, what should be the law enforcement on the streets in Venice should be LAPD. But yet there's this jurisdiction. Yeah. But yet there's this jurisdictional red tape about how the LA County Sheriff does have jurisdiction in the entire county, but why are they so, there are places that they sign a contract with, right? Certain districts where the sheriff is like the street cops. That's fine. I mean, I kind of compare it to like up here with the RCMP and city cops. Like the equivalent would be if the state of California had a state sheriff and they would agree to take on policing for counties or municipalities for a contract and a term. See, that's what the RCMP does up here. But the RCMP still exists in our cities, but they're not on the street. You know, they have federal crime, they have computer crime, and they're in the cities because that's where you get fucking staff. But they don't come out on the streets here, and they never would, even though legally they have jurisdiction anywhere in Canada, on duty or off. But they don't step on municipal police toes. And they don't have some power-hungry son of a bitch who just, you know, sends him out like he's a godfather.
Well, what you gotta remember too, it might just be a kind of a political thing. It's gonna hurt a lot of people and probably end up killing somebody, at least somebody. Because you got new people running for mayor and this governor recall and everything. So you have this jackass fascist trying to run for mayor, the ex-cop, what's his name? Buscano.
Okay, yeah.
He, yeah, you think if Venice gets cleaned up by whoever, he's not going to, like, be on, I mean, him and Villanueva, I'm sure, are on the same team in some kind of way. They're both super fascists, ultra fascists. They're both copish. They're both bastards. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think it might be political, too. Because that's their new thing. We're going to clean up the beach. We're going to clean up the park. We're going to clean up. That just means brutally removing homeless people by any and all means at their disposal.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing that, you know, I would hope that most people get it, but a lot don't. And exactly, when they say clean up, they don't mean physically spruce up. They don't mean water the plants and cut the grass. By clean up, they mean remove everything that's not nailed down, including people.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are we going to have more things like Echo Park?
Well, that's the thing I was just going to ask. I mean, after Echo Park, which, you know, was ridiculous enough, what the hell do they think they're going to pull in Venice?
They did it at Leimert Park, too. It was a lot quieter, Africa Town at Leimert Park. And they lied about it. This woman I know, Brandy Kane, what's her name on? It's, Brangela Davis. I think that's her handle, at Brangela Davis. She been documenting that over there in Leimert Park a lot. And, yeah, they lied. They promised people stuff. They didn't give it to them. They kicked people out. And now Africa Town got a big fence around it. All the people had to move out that were living there. It's all screwed up over there, and they're fighting. They even got rid of the vendors, from what I'm understanding. Like they'd have like a farmer's market kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the whole time the community, quote unquote, community members are talking, we're helping them. They're always helping people when they're running them out of where they live and taking everything they have and have police showing up, you know? That's not really helping.
No.
I guess they were helping the natives when they stole their land and slaughtered them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that still say that.
They were helping the African people when they're loading them onto slave ships. Come on now.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, nobody's being helped, but this is starting to happen more and more. Now it's going to Venice, Echo Park, Africa Town, Venice, and a lot of other places, man. People are just disappearing. I know a lot of them are going to the rooms. But as fast as that happens, the bridge over here where I be at a lot, it was almost empty. There was like a few tents left, and on the Culver City side, there was a little more. Now it's getting filled back up, slowly but surely. Some same people, some different people. I just been working a lot, having a chance to really get down there and talk to a lot of people and see what's happening. I need to do that. But yeah, it's terrible, man.
Well, that's another thing too. I mean, with the pandemic still being around, with the complete lack of stimulus support to people, the cycle's not ending. So, I mean, of course it's going to fill up again, isn't it?
Well, yeah, of course. That's why I keep saying it's going to get bad in September and the holidays coming up after that. If they do what they're saying, cutting off everybody's money, the pandemic is not over. It kicks up in the winter, like a lot of flu kind of viruses. You know what I mean? And no one's gonna be wearing masks. No one's social distancing. People are going to be getting sick, and no one's going to have any money unless they go back to these low-paying jobs that they can't survive on. And on top of that, evictions are going to start. Think of how many people couldn't pay rent. Now they're going and arresting people for getting PPP loans. Dude, who cares? If somebody make a fake business and get some money, I don't care they got $4 million or $10,000 or whatever it is. So what? They obviously... they needed the money. Why you gonna lock them up? You ain't giving nobody nothing. You ain't doing anything for anybody. I just don't understand that. That's our tax dollars. All this is our money.
Yeah, but they're going to take some people who can't fight them and make them pay. Then all the millionaires who got PPP loans will let that slide.
Because they can make it look legit a lot easier than just some cat who started a company last week. These millionaires might already have companies, and they're getting a lot more than 10 or 20 G's.
Yeah, and they know people. It's like, oh yeah, that's against the law. Okay, find us some poor people to punish for this law. Okay, everybody happy now? Okay, never mind. Move on. Outstanding, lively topics.
Yeah, people been getting robbed for that too.
Yeah,
like a lot of these cats getting that money, and even their unemployment just getting muscled out of it. Yep. I heard a lot of things like some person living in a tent, say, or whatever, gets some unemployment back pay and has a few $1,000s. They're still a target. They get a room or something. People find out. They have money now. Now you got cats coming to rob you because you're weak. You might not have a weapon. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You might have a bank account. You're just holding the cash on you somewhere. Yeah, it's just so terrible.
And this is the environment that has been engineered over a very long time. And, that's what just makes it so much more ridiculous with these fucking get a job. Like, fuck off, Jesus. It ain't that simple. It just ain't.
Yeah, anyone who says that, come to California, get a minimum wage job that gets you 12 to 20 hours a week, and just live life to the fullest. Live large, man. You can do it. You'd be on top of the world. You should probably get a mansion in Bel Air with a helicopter. I don't know. Yeah, these people are nuts, man. These people are nuts.
That's the other thing nobody ever talks about. I mean, anywhere you want to look in the world, whether it's fucking Dubai or whether it's Beverly Hills or whether it's South Beach, wherever, everywhere that there are these concentrations of wealth and opulence, you don't really have to go far until you find a whole lot of people who don't have enough. That's just the way it is. Can't have one without the other. But, it's never presented that way.
Yeah, they use it for political reasons. Like California's government sucks. It always has. The United States government sucks, and it always has. But here's the thing. Y'all can't blame California's government because you're like, oh, all the homeless people are in California, blah, blah, blah. But they left y'all state because they didn't want to freeze to death or die out there or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
came out here where it's warmer and the weather's better.
Yeah.
So we're taking all your people. And you
Absolutely.
still, and most of these people that say all that stuff, they still want to see them die and get burned alive or whatever they want. They're sick. There's so many people that have no problem saying they should just firebomb those encampments. Won't the police just kill them all? Or I've heard people say stuff like this. It's terrible. It's disgusting. Lock them all away. I'm still worried, especially right now. I'm worried there's going to start to be people disappearing and ending up in quote-unquote detention centers for being poor and homeless.
Well, I think
We still have people locked away that are immigrants. Lots of them. It's just, yeah. I'm worried about this. Go ahead.
I think debtor prisons are on the medium range planning list, without a doubt. Pretty much in every.
Well, supposedly
You know?
I read an article today that said Villanueva has, I don't remember if it was 2,000, I believe, beds, incarceration rooms or something. I don't know what that means exactly. It seems to me it means cells for people that are not willing to voluntarily leave the beach.
Yeah, it's not clear exactly what these facilities for holding 2,000 persons entails, but, I've read stuff already that says, conceivably, even though it would be such a bad thing to do, the way California laws are, he could do it and get away with it. And I think they can hold them for 72 hours. That's it. With just because we want to.
That's if they're arresting you, they can hold you for 72 hours without charging you.
Yeah.
But they're going to charge them with something. Resisting or
vagrancy.
Oh, there you go. All kinds of things. They're going to search them. They're going to find some paraphernalia, whatever.
Yep.
They're going to find a reason. I've seen it. I watch these pigs all the time find a reason. Minor stuff.
But, doesn't this send the message? The bottom line is go somewhere else. All of you, get the fuck out of here. Isn't that what it's all about?
No, it's about teaching people to stop being poor. Sheesh, how hard is it? That's what these people sound like, though.
Fuck. Anybody who lives in a city knows it. There are people that are down on their luck, and over time, that population can grow, it can ebb, and it also moves. So that's just kind of what it sounds like to me. It's like I said, especially when LAPD Pacific Division is what everybody would think is on the street law enforcement. And then the county sheriff's coming in to lead this campaign.
Banditos. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It almost seems to me like, any sort of business consortium or such shit in Venice is basically just trying to get that message delivered. All you people fucking go somewhere else.
Or you're going to suffer. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you have municipalities that border right up against each other, they start playing these games. It's not going to work out well. Because what if they do scare all these people out of Venice? Where are they going to go now? And what's going to happen there?
Well, I think they want to scare him out of LA in general. Maybe they're trying to push him to Skid Row. I don't know. And then try to deal with that in the most evil way possible because less people are watching over there. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but it's something. There's got to be some bigger plan to it other than we're just going to keep harassing these people forever and then they'll come back and we'll do it again. I mean, what does that solve?
It keeps them earning overtime. It keeps all the courts rolling, and it advances debtor prison.
Like, these police harass these people when no one's looking in the middle of the night. Just all through, just driving their car down, a bunch of people sleeping in tents. It's all quiet. They'll hit on their lights and shine lights and sirens and say crap through the radio.
Fuck.
Just to wake people up and make their lives a little worse than they already are. They're really scum, dude.
Yeah, but they're the good guys. Trust us.
They'll play games like, oh, we're going to clean up. So if you put everything over here behind this line, we won't take that. Because they're going to take it anyway, right? And the people like, they're like, oh, no, we meant this line. Too bad we're taking it. You have too much stuff. What if I went to a cop's house and said, you have too much stuff. Let me take all of it except for what you could fit in this one room. The bathroom, the smallest room in the house, a closet. You got to fit everything in your closet. Whatever you can't fit in the closet, we're taking away. Other people are going to move into other rooms, whatever. You don't have a choice. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
And your wife can't live here. If you got any pets, they can't live. Get rid of your kids, too. We're going to put them in CPS. Put all your shit in the closet. You got 10 minutes. That's what they do, man. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You have to put everything in this bag. And then we're going to take your other stuff, what we deem worthy, because they're throwing stuff away left and right. And I suspect they steal some of it because they're looking through everything. The electronics, some of these people got nice stuff. And they're looking through it, probably eyeballing what they could snatch out. Because who's going to be able to say they had what? So, yeah, these people.
That's never changed. I mean, there are stories of conquering armies pilfering the common people's goods for millennia. So
I got videos where I'd be asking them, why are you putting that stuff on the front seat of the car? Shouldn't it be in their bag with the rest of their belongings? Are you going to take it home with you? It was like a laptop and, different things. Camera, tripods and stuff. Yeah, man, they robbing the people too. The maintenance, sanitation, whatever they're called.
Ah, man,
it's all a grift, man. Just to basically just to keep these police getting hours.
Yeah.
Like when I say abolish the police, I'm real with that, man. There's no reason for them. They don't do anything. They drive around, they give people tickets, crimes happen, they go file a report, and they might or might not find the people. I mean, deal with just violent stuff. Why don't you do that?
Yep. Any movement on anybody with the qualified immunity thing in California lately?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. But like I said, I've been kind of not watching everything I usually would be just lately in general because of my stupid mentality. No, PTSD just been bad like for the last month and a half. And when it was going away, it got worse because of stupid crap with police and idiots.
I was just wondering if there was any correlation between this blatant show of force by law enforcement. I thought maybe there might have been some noise about, maybe a hair of responsibility or anything like that came up. So, of course, they'd have to drown that out. But, well.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of protests against police in L.A., but when the police in other places do stuff, we protest them too. Yep. They're going on almost daily and nightly. I haven't been there. One, because I got to get more cameras. I mean, I got cameras. I don't know. My PTSD been bad, like I said. I don't feel like, the police was shooting at people with less than lethals, quote unquote, when they weren't supposed to. That was the sheriffs actually doing that. They're just disregarding every rule, every law that was made to rein them in and control their abuse. They don't care. There was some racist, where was it, in Minnesota, that ran through a bunch of people and killed a woman and injured 2 more.
Yep.
They caught the dude and held him for the police.
Yep.
I'll never understand that. That dude should have been snoozing forever.
But then, in a small way related, what we talked about last week, what happened in London, Ontario, that perpetrator has now been charged with a terrorist offense. So this is really going to be the first, if it goes to trial, we'll see. But if it does, I think this would be the first time the Canadian government is suing a Canadian citizen for a terrorist act in Canada.
When you say if it goes to trial, is that because they do plea deals in Canada the same like they do here?
Well, I mean, he's charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of attempted murder, and now he's charged with a terrorist act.
Is he denying he did it?
No.
Then there shouldn't be a trial. They just
no, but still, I mean, it has to be sentenced.
Yeah, sentencing.
I mean, you need the jurisprudence. You got to make case history because, that's why I said last week they're going to look at it very hard before they charge him with terror, because if they lose on that charge somehow, they can't afford that. They cannot afford to charge a Canadian citizen with terrorism and lose. They can't. No, it can't happen. Can't fucking happen. So they've charged him, so they have charged him. So that would, to me, pretty much guarantee they can get him convicted. Now we'll see what happens. I mean, this is Canada. You never know. It could be almost like an unannounced arraignment, and he'll plead guilty to all the murder charges, and he'll be sentenced to 4 sentences of life, and that's it. He's gone. Which is all you can expect anyway. Yeah. But he's going to be going away forever no matter what happens. But they've done it here. They've taken that step. So, I mean, that does have an impact to the rest of the yeehaw Nazi fucks in Canada. It can happen to you.
Yeah, it could happen here, I think, but not to a white person. That's the difference. It might. I mean, it should, but it probably won't.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because they call him a bomber, they'll charge him with all kinds of things, but terrorism, it's a white person. They're not a terrorist. That's how they look at it.
Well, I think we talked about that before, too. I mean, the last one they did that to is Timothy McVeigh. And all they did is make him into a fucking martyr. So they're going to be very careful about doing that again.
Yeah.
But it's a fluid environment.
It's flowing whichever way it goes. It's flowing around.
Yep.
Oh man.
It's really big. It's the biggest environment you've ever seen.
Yeah. Wow. See, you don't know what it's like to be a United States citizen and just realize we're saved. Biden's here. Praise the Lord. No more corruption. Everyone's going to be equality and happiness and justice for all. And Kamala Harris is going to make sure he holds to all his promises. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's what these people are like, though.
And we're going to have a majority and absolutely not have majority rule. Right on. I
You know
just
how?
can't. I just
You know,
can't believe the dysfunction. A majority is a majority is a majority. I don't care if Kamala's got to take a fucking limo there every day to break the tie. You have a majority. Use it.
that wouldn't be the right thing to do.
Man. Oh, bullshit.
No, man, because they're all on the same side. They just pretend to be on different sides.
That's what I mean. This is just becoming so obvious.
Yeah, you know how whacked out I was this morning at work. The right wing radio. What did they say? They said something. I don't remember what it was, but I said, "Yeah, Biden sucks." And one of these Trump supporting people that work there, yeah, Biden's just the worst. Biden's so corrupt, such a liar. I was like, wait a minute. I said, but so is Trump. Like, tell me one lie Trump did. No, I had no weed on me. I forgot it. I had no mushrooms. I forgot it. It's 4 a.m. and I haven't slept in 2 days thanks to PTSD, maybe longer. I mean, I've slept 15, 20-minute intervals, but no real where I feel normal, right?
Yep.
I couldn't think of one lie Trump said. Not one. I couldn't think of anything. So yeah, a MAGA won a debate against me. It wasn't even a debate. It was just a question. They shut me down. As soon as I got in the car and took a break and got some weed in my system, I thought about like 10 million different lies. I was like, dang, why didn't I say that? I like voting. I was just like all these things. Like he's still saying that, like rigged election. I could have said so many things. It's gonna die and the coronavirus will be all gone. Like, you know, so many stupid lies. But yeah, I couldn't think of one. I was just, and you know, I probably wouldn't have been able to trash Biden either if some Democrat had said, "Why you say Biden's so bad?" But yeah.
Well, maybe, just maybe, somebody's going to figure it out that by the time the midterms come, I have no idea really what the levels will be for, you know, what you dare say in a political ad. It could be getting pretty wild, you know. You think it's wild so far, like all these fucking red state Congress people with their 30-second commercials where they're armed like they're in fucking Rangers. Who knows what they're going to come up with this time? They're going to have them like they were like maybe 15 years ago, where there's that guy in Montana that had an election ad where he actually shot something on camera.
Yeah.
You know, like, are we going back to that now? Is that
Did you hear
next?
the story behind that?
Back then I did, but
Yeah, it was pretty tragic. That what did he shoot? It suffered, and he had to have real people that knew how to use aim, kill it at the end, and it was suffering and suffering. It was this whole terrible thing, man. I don't remember all the details, but I remember it was just like total animal abuse and cruelty. Trying to show how tough you are by blowing an animal's head off, and you can't even aim enough to kill it. Some gun guy.
You know, is that what we're going to be seeing again? Is that what it takes? Who's not willing to go there out of all the people in the House, all the ones that wouldn't sign for the January 6th commission, all the Republicans? How many of them are going to be running commercials like that? For
all the ones who wouldn't sign the anti-lynching legislation. How about that? That's pretty, like, come on now.
Yeah. There you go.
Because you never know. You might just accidentally lynch somebody and send some poor guy get locked up for just accidentally lynching some guy. That happens all the time. You don't want to lock somebody up for an accident. I don't know. Where do you say, oh, there is a time when I think lynching would be okay, and I don't want to just make it federally the wrong thing to do across the board.
Yeah, we have to look at this at a case-by-case basis.
Like, I just don't get it. I don't even know how. Y'all look really bad, whoever didn't sign that. You make the other scum look like less scum, and you look like more scum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought of something else. Reality Winner, who I don't really talk about a lot, is now in a, halfway house or something now.
Yep.
So I guess that's good news. I mean, anybody being out of prison is good news. I'm not saying I guess like that. It's just, I think I had issues with the way they promoted her from the get-go. Like, she was picking targets for the United States military. What a hero. And then she exposed this. You know, if you picking targets for the United States military, that means you're kind of a scum to me. And sometimes a scum will do something good, but I don't know.
Well, by, anybody who's impartial, who wants to revisit it, her arrest was illegal. Her Miranda rights were violated. She
was sold out by Glenn Greenwald, right?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, just the entire arrest of her and the arraignment of her violated her constitutional rights. It was done by the FBI. It wasn't done by military intelligence. So, normal laws should have applied. I mean, if she was a millionaire getting arrested on coke with that kind of arrest, she's walking. There's no case. I mean, yeah, what she released was something that they didn't even want talked about. No, we're not testing for that because it's not there. That type of thing. Yeah, The Intercept will never be held to account for being the ones that basically sold her out. The amount of lackadaisical attention to detail that they demonstrated, you have to question if it was an accident or not. I mean, Intercept has been guilty of doing that to more than one person. And Mr. Greenwald, well, yeah, look where he is these days. So, whatever, all in good time.
Yeah, but there's a lot of revolutionaries still in prison from way back in the day.
But I looked back last night, and I believe it was March 8th, 2018, when I had on Reality's mother, BJ Winter Davis, and the journalist Kevin Gostela. And we did a show on what was going on with her way back then.
I remember that.
That's before she was even sentenced properly. And, of course, BTR took it down. The show page is still there. There's no audio file.
Why'd they take it down?
Because I'm not paying them anymore, I guess.
Oh, they didn't take it down because of the content. They took it down because they weren't making money. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe we were back to the Illuminati. Because that was just a last week thing. I got over it. No, I'm going to come up with a new conspiracy theory this week, and it's aliens.
No, I'm not trying to stick in a G drop or anything here, so don't worry about it. It's all right. It's not happening. Trust the plan.
Trust the plan. I wasn't expecting that at that precise moment. Well, no, I'm happy she's getting out. I hope she gets all the way out. She never deserved to be there. It's just, my situation with this stuff, man. Don't be proud of terrible things. Don't use that as a point of promotion because it turns people off, especially when you got other people you were supporting to get out and go kick it with Nazis. Then it kind of sours you to Like, I don't know, man. I know they're two different people. It's just like one thing was happening around the same time the other thing was going on. And I'm like, I got to be more cautious who I'm promoting here because I've had two bad ones already. You know, I promoted some bad people believing things that I thought were true and found out later what was going on. And, yeah, it just still pisses me off to this day.
Yeah, but the important part is that when you were enlightened, you made corrections as you saw fit. That's the important part. That's all.
Yeah, but you know, with the reality winner thing, like as much as I said that's real screwed up what happened to her, I was still like, why is this her own people's talking points for that, you know? Military, she did this and that for the military. Like, that's not good. Say she's done other stuff with her life for the good of humanity, not like I made targets for the U.S. military. That's nothing to be proud of, sorry. It's not a talking point I would use if I was trying to gain support from people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was targeted to a certain type of American. And I have to say, I think that's why over these 3 years, because more than 3 years ago from today that I did that show with those two, it's maintained pretty good relevance compared to some other people. And I think it's because of the way they marketed her. And I'm not going to take that away from them. You know, I mean...
Is there a stipulation right now she can't talk about it or something?
Oh, who knows?
Because that's what I don't know if I heard that or read it or something.
Well, I mean, she's been released from prison. She's in a halfway house. There's probably one more step after that. And then there may be supervised release as well. I mean, I doubt that the government is really going to turn her loose until her entire sentence has been served in some form. Because they just don't do that, you know?
Yeah. You know who I'm not ashamed that I supported was Jeremy Hammond.
Of course not.
And well, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, you should, if you have an Instagram account or access, you should check out his Instagram. It's really pretty damn awesome. He puts up some old videos, some old pictures. He makes everybody's face. He like photoshops cat heads on everybody's faces in the pictures. I'm trying to look it up real quick so I could tell people where to follow him if you're on there, because like it's one of the when he sends stuff out, it's real good. Here it is, Big Germ, BIGJERM. Big Germ, really real. So I don't know. Yeah, look up Big Germ, all one word, BIGJERM, really real. Big Germ, really real. Has a picture of him and a whole bunch of videos and pictures of stuff. Yeah, give him some support. He did a lot for the people. And you'll probably enjoy it too. He seems like a super, super awesome person. I mean, what he did was awesome, but I mean just like a genuine cool person, like a kind of person you chill with, not just like some person. Like, they're cool, they did some good stuff, but whatever, you know? Yeah, he seems awesome. Give him a follow if you can. That was my advertisement for today.
Well, I think that also is proof that obviously he has served his entire sentence as far as the U.S. government is concerned. Because there's no way he'd be on social media like that if he was still under supervision. So that's good.
Well, I mean, he was doing those spots that were worrying me when he was in prison.
Yeah, but that only started right towards the end.
Yeah, he released some. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I could just play this on the microphone. This is the kind of stuff you're gonna get here if you'll play. Hang on. I'm gonna play it off my phone, so it's not hooked into anything. Watch this. This is awesome.
Germ, I'm I'm doing this video message to commemorate June 11th, the International Day of Solidarity with Long-Term Anarchist Prisoners. I want to pay my respects to the comrades locked down doing hard time but staying strong, and show my appreciation for the ABCs, the Books for Prisoners, the Certain Days calendar, those who wrote letters, those who visited, those who attended court dates. I appreciate you. I also want to make this video to show some of the artwork I made for the occasion. You got the little piece of drawing right here, June 11th Solidarity. I don't know if you see the details too much, but it's got the burning cop car. It's got the revolutionary greetings, this big germ.
He's a G.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, for people who were around or for people who care, Google search and take a look at Jeremy's statement to the court at his sentencing.
Yeah.
And he's 100% fucking legit. Like, he is that same guy, and I find that amazing. You know? Like, just think about it. He did all that time in those federal shitboxes.
Yeah.
And now he comes out and he's still that guy. That's awesome.
That's a real warrior, man. That's a real revolutionary.
Yep. Absolutely.
And plus, he's hanging with the same people, man. He's not. I don't know. You know, some of these people, they go for the spotlight afterwards. Like, no, I understand they think they deserve whatever because they suffered for the people, but, you know, a lot of people who suffered for the people don't ever get free or don't ever live to tell about it. So consider yourself lucky. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem like he's really trying to get all in the spotlight and go hang with people and this and that and the other thing, be on magazine covers and all that. Because that's not really what anarchists do a lot of times, maybe.
Yeah, that's not his style.
And I like that. It just seems like for me, it just solidifies that I'm happy I supported him all along.
Yeah, it's good to see him out.
Yeah. So yeah, give that a follow. Big Germ Really Real, JERM. It's yeah, it's awesome. It just makes me happy to see him out and doing his thing and putting the old videos up, pictures with cats' heads and stuff. So yeah, I don't know anything else. I think we pretty much covered every topic on Earth.
Really?
That's going on the planet, just in this last hour and 20 minutes.
Well, the one thing we didn't talk about was the pranking or whatever the hell is going on with that Fox TV affiliate in Texas with the chick field reporter coming out and telling everybody that she's working undercover for Project Veritas and she's being censored by Fox and all this other shit. That's really bizarre, that whole thing.
I saw something about it. I didn't read it, but from what you just said, and she's working for Project Veritas, who's proven just what are they,
nuts.
Trolls? They're just trolls. They just make things up and try to get video to re-edit to prove their stuff. Yeah, they're nuts. Then why wouldn't she be shunned by every news station? Just a question.
That was yesterday, I think. And now today she put out some other video on her own. Yeah, Fox basically told her, you know, what the fuck do you think you're doing? So I have no idea where this is going to go, but it's getting clicks. I guess that's what it's about.
I mean, yeah, if the last presidency hasn't taught you anything, it's stay relevant on social media as much as possible and you do all right. You can get through anything. Just always be the story. And when a bad story comes, do another story. Just keep them off, you know, and they'll forget the bad one and get on the next bad one.
Yeah.
Stare at the sun. They'll talk about it for 4 days straight. You can do some other heinous stuff they'll forget about.
But, you know, just, okay. You know, it's just these weird little games that pop up out of nowhere in the U.S. these days. It's like, what in the fuck fuck's going on here now?
What's that guy's name? There's these two dudes. One I can't remember. Starts like a W or something. Oh, I can't remember his name. But yeah, like they always pop up with some woman or some dude and be like, "Oh, I was sexually assaulted by such and such." They have press conferences and it never goes anywhere because they just find some actor or actress or person willing to say this, and it's like been debunked. One of the women got scared and was like, "I didn't know they were going to bring me to a press conference." Oh, what's his name? Oh man, I can't remember his name. It's like Wall or something.
What, some dirtbag lawyer?
Some Republican shill dude. He just always, such and such sexually harassed this dude. Nancy Pelosi raped this guy or so. I don't know, just whatever. It's just random stuff. Jacob Wall, is that his name? Let me see.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that a person? Did I get it right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he's quite the Poindexter.
Yeah, that dude's a moron.
He's quite the Poindexter.
Isn't he one of the Project Veritas people, though? I think he is, or he's connected to him somehow.
Yeah, I think he's done work with them, but I mean, it's still O'Keefe. He's still the one pulling the strings. And I saw something else posted. I can't guarantee it was accurate, but Project Veritas apparently has federal recognition as a nonprofit. And
wow.
Apparently James Keefe got paid like almost $400,000 last year.
That's how nonprofits work.
Wow. So, yeah, good gig if you can get it, I guess. Ridiculous. His top three guys is almost, I think it was just a little over $1 million for all three of them. Nonprofit, don't pay any tax, whatever. Thanks.
At least they're doing good things for the community and just barely getting by.
Wow. What a scam.
Yeah. Dang, they're making even more than a cop.
Yeah.
That's hard to do in this society.
Yeah, well, actually, it's probably a harder job, too.
Oh, any job's harder. Cops not even on the top 10 of most dangerous jobs, but they'll tell you, oh my God, they're heroes. They risk their lives every day. What do? They pull people over and give them tickets. Harass kids crossing the street. Search people for no reason. Hoping and praying to meet their quota or, incentive. Because there are no quotas, right?
Right. We don't call them that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. Do not call the police, people. Do not call the police on anybody for any reason. There's no reason. I mean, if there's a serial killer, call the police. Call the detectives. Don't call, like, the police. Call the people that can investigate and find them and then call the FBI or whatever they do. I don't know. But I wouldn't call them for even that. Just hunt down the serial killer. Whole community is bigger than one person. That's how they caught the night. You know, remember that dude, the Night Stalker? I was talking about this with PM Beers the other day. The Night Stalker was a serial killer here, and they put his picture up, but they couldn't find him. And some essays found him and stomped him out in the parking lot. That dude looked like he got through a boxing match or something when he was, like he lost a boxing match when he was caught. That's how you deal with some stuff like that. You're just one person. We're a whole neighborhoods and communities. We don't need police. Abolish them. Like what would be different? Like really without the police, what would be different?
Well, it would affect the economics of a whole network. And, that's what's being protected here.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had my car broken into so many times. They didn't seem to stop that from happening. I'm not gonna call them afterwards because years ago, the insurance told me I had like, remember back in the day they used to have the car stereo that come out the cars so you can carry them.
Yep.
Yeah, well I left it in. Someone busted my window and took it. So in order to get the insurance, I had to go through the police, and they came. It was this whole ordeal, and they never got it back. So what good was it? I got shot. The police never stopped me from getting shot all the times I've been shot. Not once. They've harassed me for it. They made me feel crappier afterwards. They interrogated me like I'm the criminal. But yeah, they never stopped me from getting shot or kept me safe from that. So what good are they? They don't stop anything. They don't really do it unless they just happen to be rolling by, and then the people just probably won't even do anything. Like, oh, the police are there. Wait till they leave. Go now. They're just useless, man. I've seen a store get robbed at gunpoint. I watched a dude run out with like $300 or $400, run down the street. They called the police. When they showed up about an hour and a half later, and this was a business. Oh, let's look at the camera footage and this and that. The dude had a mask on. And this was before masks were a thing. He had like a ski mask on. He just pulled it over his head, walked in the store, and came running out with money. And girls were like, hey, stop him, stop him. Like, man, you a big ass Boost mobile. You're covered. Yeah, the police came an hour and a half later. Big deal.
Wow.
Do you think they found the dude with the ski mask on? Probably not.
Do you think they looked?
Man, some white dude was trying to rob this dude. These two white dudes was trying to rob these cats who were like dispensary people. They were letting off 50 rounds all up and down the street. That happened. Police never bothered to stop that. They don't do anything, man. They come after, they file a report, they do their little stupid search, shut down some streets. The only time they'll do something crazy if a cop gets shot. Then all of a sudden everything's shut down. We're going hunting.
Yep.
Yeah. They don't care, dude. They scum. We don't need them. They don't do anything. They just harass and hurt people.
And invoice.
I mean, my tires got slashed. Somebody had a lot of time to go behind my car and carve a big circle around 2 tires. The night after I got into the morning after I got into it with the police that night. So basically, they didn't stop that. Some of us had a lot of time. I don't know if they parked a police car next to it or if they just told some tweaker, you will let you go if you go slice some tires up real good. Whatever happened. Somebody had all the time in the world. And yeah, the police didn't do shit for anything. They don't stop anything, man. They just come and make the situation worse. Don't call the police. That's what I'm just trying to say. The long story way. Man, they're useless. I know Canadian police are awesome. And they ride mooses in and stuff. But here, they suck.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, remember
Disney.
last week?
Yeah.
Last week it was the unmarked graves of 215 Aboriginal children.
Yeah.
Then they checked one more school, and it went up to 319. And now it's over 500.
Oh, man. There's other places where there's things similar. Maybe not that huge, maybe bigger. Yeah, there's a lot of things in history they tone down, I guess, when they teach you about it, if they ever teach you about it.
Well, yeah, if. I mean, I remember I was pretty young, and I remember seeing some old big brick building in around where I live. And I asked my mother what that was. She said, that's a residential school. I said, what is that? She said, that's where all the native kids have to go. So, in retrospect,
Have to
my
go.
mom. Yeah, then that was a fact.
No, I know. Just yeah.
But at least, that was the 1960s. And so at least my mom was hip enough to word it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't make it like, oh, that's where God makes good little people out of them or something, some ridiculous.
That's where the savages become normal members of society or whatever. Yeah, these people are sick. The people who call people savages all the time, their
They need a mayor.
ancestors were, yeah, and sometimes they are too.
Yeah, they need a mayor.
It's always these people talking about, we conquered this land, we didn't steal it, those savages. You just said you slaughtered people, took them, enslaved people, did all kinds of stuff, but they're the savages.
Yeah.
Go figure. How does that work?
Then how come when you guys got here, it wasn't just fucking burning everything down, wars among them then, if that's what you're trying to sell,
That's another right-wing talking point. Native people killed native people and had wars within tribes too, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Because-
it's okay to bring
'cause
cannons.
Two
and-
wrongs always makes a right. Yeah, exactly. Gunpowder.
Yeah. So they're on horseback and they have bows and arrows. Okay, well, we've got wagons and we've got Gatling guns and we've got cannon. Yeah, they asked for it.
And we have religious books. Yeah, man, it's disgusting. Yeah, I'm gonna do this thing. I don't know if I said this before. I don't think I said it earlier. I don't know what I said earlier. I've forgotten what we said throughout the whole show already. Not really, but yeah, I want to do this thing
Clear
where
clear cash.
Well, yeah, I want to go do this thing on Instagram or Twitter where you could have more pictures or whatever, and just talk about the people on money a little bit, because they're all horrible. They're horrible. I just don't think people really think, the average person. I mean, there's people, that have thought about it and looked into it, and there's some people that probably studied it. I've just kind of looked into it. But yeah, there's people, I think a lot of people, the average person is just like, oh, these are great people. Maybe one or two of them is bad, but pretty much they're all horrible people. Someone said, well, yeah, Andrew Jackson might be bad, but George Washington was a great man.
Okay.
Yeah, he owned slaves and he wanted to kill native people, so I don't know. If that's what makes you great, then he might have been great. In my mind, he was just a savage, or at the very best, an enabler of other savages. Yeah, I just think it should be cool to have a picture of the money and all the little statues and picture paintings in the White House of these sick people.
Legacy.
Because it's disgusting to deify, idolize, celebrate whatever you are doing with these people. I mean, even Disneyland, Abraham Lincoln up there. He's another problematic person. And they have him saying a bunch of good stuff, but you're rewriting history. Abraham Lincoln wasn't everyone free, everyone equal kind of guy. I want total equality for all. No. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's what I'm going to do probably in this next week. I've been gathering pictures and quotes and stuff like that. Do we miss anything that we need to talk about on the show today, Glenn?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. So yeah, I guess we just wrap. Oh, we got to do, what we got to do? Sponsors. Almost forgot. Hang on. I couldn't find the mute button. There we go. Sponsor music playing. Go ahead, Glenn.
Well, nothing really new here, but that's not a problem. Believe me. Today we're looking at BC Big Bud.
Nice. Yeah, I had SFVOG, that's San Fernando Valley, for those of you who don't know. And then this other stuff, what was it called? Motor Breath OG. Fire.
Oh.
Yeah, if you get that Motor Breath OG, I highly recommend it. At least from this grower, it was really, really good. I never had it before, so it was really good.
I've never even heard of it.
Me neither, until I got it. But yeah, it's
and
a
now
strain.
you remember it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's about it.
Thanks for listening, Pope.
Thanks for listening to everybody, and thank you again, Glenn. And we'll probably be back in a week from now. Maybe I'll be back before with some music or something. All right.